late May, I went on a road trip around the state of Washington, and I wanted to share with you all the beautiful places that I have seen there. I started off my journey by taking a ferry ride to the Olympic Peninsula. My first stop on the peninsula was Fort Worden Historical State Park that provides amazing water views and is a great place for a relaxing walk. Next day, my first stop was the Olympic Park Visitor Center, where a lovely member of staff gave me a lot of insight on the area, and then we started to drive up to the top of the mountain to the Hurricane Ridge Visitor Center. Since it was still very early in the spring season, there was a bunch of snow at the top of the mountain, but the 360 views of the Olympic Mountains were magnificent nevertheless. One of the most unique parts of the peninsula is its lush rainforest that covers pretty much most of its area. So in order to fully experience its beauty, I headed to a hike through the rainforest that led me to Marymere Falls. My next stop was my favorite out of all, because after the hike I went to Ruby Beach, which is considered one of the most beautiful beaches in the state of Washington. That same day, I also went to watch the sunset on the Lake Quinault and to see its famous historical lodge. The next morning I spent on the beaches of ocean shores, and while the ocean wind was very cold, I loved how the shoreline stretches over miles and feels endless there. Later that day, we made it all the way down to the bottom of Washington's shoreline to the Cape Disappointment Lighthouse. I have to report that the Cape was not in fact disappointing at all, and it was very much worth the visit, and I really enjoyed learning the history of the Warrenton Passage there. I also really enjoyed all of the beautiful views of Oregon that you can see from the lighthouse. We made sure to visit the capital city of Washington, Olympia, and it was such a beautiful city to walk around. All the central areas are really well maintained, and I love the gardens surrounding the capital. I also, of course, managed to stumble upon a bookstore. It was called Browser's Bookstore. This shop only carried new books as well as souvenirs and stationery. I loved how it was organized inside. It felt so cozy and comforting. The staff were very friendly, and I was impressed by their wide selection of new releases. To finish off the trip, we went around the national park surrounding Mount Baker, driving down highways 20 and 542. My personal favorite was of course the Diablo Lake lookout. The views from that place are absolutely breathtaking. And while I couldn't get to all the places I wanted to since the winter season was still finishing and some of the roads were closed due to snow, the places that I got to see were gorgeous, and I really hope that I get to visit again sometime. There are of course so many more beautiful places in the state that I didn't get a chance to see, but I really hope that this gives you a bit of a glimpse of the gorgeous nature of Washington.